The Japanese automaker, known for producing the popular Outback with its appeal to small families and singles with an outdoorsy vibe, now has a three-row SUV, the Ascent, that it revealed as part of the Los Angeles Auto Show Tuesday. With Ascent, we finally produced what has been missing from the lineup, said Takeshi Takamori, executive vice president of Subaru. Takamori said the SUV was designed exclusively for the U.S. market. For the vehicle's debut, a gleaming white 2019 Ascent drove onto the stage and a family of yellow labs named the Barclays poured out. The vehicle will go on sale in early summer 2018, priced in the low $30,000s. It will be powered by a 260-horsepower, 2.4-liter engine that has plenty of bite and can tow 5,000 pounds, Subaru's U.S. chief, Tom Dahl, said. 7 or 8 passenger configurations will be possible and second-row captain's chairs will be available. The vehicle, built as a crossover concept when it was shown at the New York Auto Show in April, allows the company to compete in an increasingly competitive space. Dahl previously said Subaru made a mistake by becoming a favorite of younger, single people or small families, but missing out as they added more kids. The Ascent is designed to change that, providing millennials with a 7-seat option as they get older or acquire more things to carry along. It's a far cry from the Subaru 360, the mini car that gave the Japanese brand its start in the US 50 years ago. Despite the lack of a larger SUV in an increasingly SUV and truck-focused market, the automaker has had a good run in recent years, with 71 consecutive months of yearly month-over-month growth through October. Subaru had a 0.5% increase in its U.S. sales for October compared to the same month a year ago, increasing from 53,760 to 54,045. However, the Outback saw its numbers fall even as the new Crosstrek and Impreza registered gains. IHS Markit noted in a highlight of the auto shows reveals that the Ascent could pose a problem for the Outback. While Subaru enjoys high owner loyalty, we may see the Ascent cannibalize sales from the Outback as loyalists shift to the larger vehicle, the report said. But the Ascent also solves a problem for Subaru, which will build the Ascent at its plant in Lafayette, Indiana. Rebecca Lindland, executive analyst for Kelley Blue Book, noted that automakers never want to see customers grow out of their brands because of a lack of offerings. This is really something that they need in their lineup. It's sort of the next generation of the Tribeca. It's something that their current customers can grow into, Lindland said, referring to Subaru's discontinued midsize SUV. The question for Subaru is whether the brand's buyers will embrace a large SUV. The answer to that seems to point to the affirmative, as we've seen nearly 19% of brand defectors opt for a midsize SUV after a Subaru trade-in, said Jessica Caldwell, executive director of industry analysis for Edmunds. The Ascent is likely to steal market share from similar-sized competitors such as the Toyota Highlander, Ford Explorer and Honda Pilot.
Auto Week, a publication that can't grasp the American dream of greatness, asks if the 19 cup holders in the new 2019 Subaru Ascent is too many cup holders. Jalopnik, a publication for heroes, knows that 19 cup holders is simply called not enough cup holders. But the joy of so many cup holders is how much liquid it can contain. The Subaru Ascent, fittingly, will be made in America for the American market. And we do enjoy a tasty beverage here, which explains why the Subaru Ascent has 19 cup holders for its mere 8 occupants. You're probably just noticing that the number 8 doesn't really go into the number 19 neatly, but these are mere trivialities. What's important is just how much liquid it can hold. You and your 7 thirsty friends head off to your nearest 24-hour convenience and food like nutritional item mart. If you all get your normal, 16-ounce, regular size 2.375 beverages per person, you're looking at 304 ounces of sugar water, or coincidentally, 2.375 gallons of liquid. But as I alluded to before, this is America. We don't stop at 38 ounces of fluid per person. Your food-like nutritional item Mart sells a 30-ounce drink in one container, the Big Gulp, and since you like to live big and drink big, you're looking at 71.25 ounces of fluid per person, which is exactly what you should be looking at. It's patriotic duty. And since that's more than twice the average human's liquid stomach capacity, we should probably stop there. Why stop there, though? You sure as hell know that 7-Eleven doesn't stop there. The largest drink container they make that can fit into a regulation-size cup holder is the Double Gulp, so-called because it is not quite double the regular-sized Big Gulp, at 50 ounces, and because it's so unfathomably large that you'll be gulping when you see it. Twice. With 19 cup holders, your Subaru can hold 950 fluid ounces. That's nearly a gallon per person. That's ridiculous. That's 7.4 gallons of ridiculous, to be specific. But not the most ridiculous. We can go more ridiculous. That's because 7-Eleven sells a monstrosity known as the Teen Gulp. The Teen Gulp, at 128 ounces, is a strong contender for the title of the peak of human achievement. And while it likely cannot fit into the cup holders of a Subaru Ascent, challenges are meant to be surmounted. You and 7 of your friends are going to have to hold on to these bad boys yourselves. In keeping with the trend, let's assume each of you gets 2.375 Teen Gulps. You each get 304 fluid ounces. Your Subaru Ascent will be containing 8 extremely well-hydrated humans, and 19 gallons of liquid to match its 19 cup holders. For argument's sake, let's say you get some delicious, refreshing Mountain Dew. Your Subaru will be holding 8 humans, 19 gallons, and 35,264 calories of quintessential Americana. That's 4,408 calories of Mountain Dew per person. Mr. Trump says we need to make America great again. I believe we're already there, and nobody understands this better than Subaru.
The new 2019 Infiniti QX50, debuting ahead of the 2017 Los Angeles Auto Show, may be arriving in a crowded segment, with mid-size luxury SUVs booming and automakers taking notice. The QX50 isn't a new model for Infiniti, but it was last sold as a 2017 model before skipping a year, a gap year, if you will. But the QX50 didn't sit around in the basement bumming it for a year. It debuts an all-new platform for Infiniti, and under the hood is some brand new technology that has us intrigued. The QX50 will be the first vehicle to offer a variable compression engine, and Infiniti says that developing the SUV on a new platform allowed the brand to build in more interior cargo and passenger room, two things that can be lacking in some competitors, and the old QX50 for that matter. Here's what we know about the new QX50 so far, ahead of its official unveiling on Tuesday. The exterior might be the least exciting part of the QX50. Its styling very much apes the larger QX60 down to the matching rear window kinks that add some needed visual flair to the sides of the SUV. Up front, the two also are pretty much identical, with similar grilles and headlight clusters. The QX50 is a bit more angular, the hood is sculpted more aggressively, and there's black cladding around the fenders and side skirts. Our final judgments on the size of the interior will have to wait until we climb into the QX50, but on paper, the changes to the cargo area especially are impressive. The 2017 QX50 only offered 18.6 cubic feet of cargo room behind its rear seats, but the 2019 version expands that to 31.6 cubic feet. Slide the second row forward and that expands to 37 cubic feet. Drop the seats and you get 60 cubic feet. In real-world terms, Infiniti says that with the seats up, you'll be able to fit 3 golf bags back there. There is also a favorite feature of mine in the cargo area, underfloor storage to hide valuables from prying eyes. Now we get to the exciting part. The QX50 will debut brand new engine technology in the form of variable compression tech. At the bottom of each piston is a control shaft, which can change how high up in the cylinder the piston goes. The higher the piston goes, the more compression you have in the cylinder, so by changing the angle of the control shaft, the engine can switch between higher compression, which is better for efficiency, and lower compression for more power. The turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder makes 268 horsepower and 280 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to a continuously variable automatic transmission, and the QX50 will offer both front and all-wheel drive. Infiniti announced some expected fuel economy figures too: 27 mpg combined for front-wheel drive and 26 mpg combined for all-wheel drive. Infiniti is also introducing new ProPilot Assist technology, which supports single-lane highway driving. The system helps the driver control acceleration, braking and steering while driving on the highway, but it doesn't drive for you. Infiniti clearly states that the technology is a step removed from autonomous driving. I'm not sure what this means. We'll have to get the QX50 on the road to see how it shakes out. Pricing and delivery estimate were not yet available from Infiniti.